Peace, everybody. Speed Science Boxing Academy. We back with another video. Alright, man. So, Keith Thurman, he announced that he's going to be fighting Tim Tszyu at the limit of 155.
Oh, no. This fool is tripping. I'm out of here. You on your own there, bro.
Basically, the super welterweight division just a pound over. So, technically, they're not going to be fighting for Tim Tszyu belt. It's just going to be a money grab. And when you look at this, it's like this came totally out of left field. We just was talking about Tim Tszyu and Terrence Crawford fighting, and now this whole thing happened. Now, Keith Thurman, he did an interview with Mill City Boxing, and he was saying that he's going to return and he's still the man and all that stuff. And Sugar Ray Leonard had put him among his top 5 active fighters right now, and you know that means something. And don't get me wrong, Keith Thurman at one time he was the bull, and he can fight. Like, he's good on his feet. He got power in both hands, and he got some good boxing game. But he's been inactive, like real inactive, over the past like 4 or 5 years. How many times he had fought? Like what? 4 times, 5 times probably, if that. You going into another weight division and a monster like Tim Tszyu, and you're gonna be fighting him, and you haven't really been that active. What was the last time he fought? What, Mario Barrios, or did he get a fight after that? I'm not looking at BoxRec right now, so I can't really see off the back. But I think Mario Barrios was his last fight, and that was at 147. And now you fighting Tim Tszyu at 155, and Tim Tszyu, he stay in shape, so he don't need to be fighting at 155. Like, he don't have to. He got the WBO title, so the fight should be at the 154 limit. But the only reason why it's at 155 is because of Keith Thurman, because he has been inactive, which means he put on a lot of weight, so he's not going to be able to fight at 154. So they're like, you know what, just give him a pound. So they give him that grace pound, so he ain't got to just worry about 54. He can worry about 55. It gives a psychological edge too, because it just takes relief off knowing that you ain't got to lose that much weight, even if it's a pound. So it gives an edge on the pound, and it gives a psychological edge too for Keith Thurman. But this is the only reason why I was at that weight, because he can't make 154. So that goes to tell you too that he's going to be in fat camp, basically trying to lose weight. So he's not really going to be focusing on the boxing aspect. It's going to be more so trying to lose weight and then boxing. And you're going into a fight with Tim Tszyu, and you're not doing it for a title. But I can see if he was doing it for a title, like, all right, that means something. But if you're doing it at 155, that's not going to be a title. And from what I'm hearing, the reason why they're not doing it at 154 is because the WBO declined to sanction it. And the reason why they did that is because the reasons why I'm just saying it now. Like, they know the game, they understand what's going on, and they see that basically Keith Thurman is going to be lamb to the slaughter, and they don't want no parts of that. If they felt like it was going to be a competitive fight, then they would have sanctioned the fight. And that's the reason why they didn't, because they felt like it's not going to be a competitive fight, which I don't think so either. But like I always say, this is boxing and anything can happen. But just logically and realistically, just think about it. He's been inactive. He's moving up a weight class, and he's going to be in fat camp because it's not at 154, it's at 155. And you're fighting Tim Tszyu. It just goes to show you that all the odds are against him. So he just doing this for a money grab. You know, on Tim Tszyu side, he doing this to get a name on his record, because Keith Thurman is still relatively known, and people do know Keith Thurman. Even people that don't really watch boxing, they know of one time. Like, they, especially his infamous "You don't duck me, son." Like, people know about that a whole lot. And he only lost to Manny Pacquiao, so he only got one loss on his record. And it wasn't like Pacquiao knocked him out; he knocked him down. and he knock him out. And y'all know how the casuals is. They going to forget that Keith is inactive and all that stuff. All they going to know is that Tim Tszyu knocked out Keith Thurman, and it's going to give him more of a buzz in his name. And people going to want to see the fight between him and Terrence Crawford even more. So I think that's what's going to happen. So I think this is the whole plan. Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, the rematch is back on. So I think they're still going to fight. And Tim Tszyu is expected to knock out Keith Thurman because I believe it's going to end by a knockout. Like I said, I think he's going to be laying to the slaughter. So I don't think Tim Tszyu is just going to win on the scorecard. I think he's going to knock him out. And I think he's going to be waiting on the winner of Crawford and Spence too, which most people, including myself, believe is going to be Crawford. So that's what they setting up. A fight between Terrence Crawford and Tim Tszyu. And the winner of that will probably move up and face Canelo Alvarez. And this would be like a whole big old thing for PBC, especially now because they're moving over to Amazon Prime. And this fight with Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman is going to be their first pay-per-view over there. So this is all set and sealed, and they trying to do it big. So this is all basically the plan. And I don't really think it's big because it's Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu. Yeah, the names are good, but just like Canelo Alvarez versus Jamel Charlo, it's a small guy versus a big guy. It's going to be the same thing, and this one possibly going to end in a knockout. So that's what they telling the public, and that's what they're going to do. But we just going to have to wait and see. That's all I got for now, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Drop your comments down below. Make sure I hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'll see y'all the next one. Peace.